This might be an entertaining segment right here.
You about to get the business,
Yeah,
dog.
yeah, you guys.
Y'all about to get the business, dog.
You see this dance? I'm not worried.
It's fine.
Tobosh ain't even acknowledging that.
He ain't even doing over there.
Tobosh
He ain't worried about it. He already know who's gonna win.
I just got some updated news. Dennis Gurianov with his second goal of the game and third point of the night. Stars lead right now. This is from my girl Sam Gannon, by the way. Stars lead right now 3-1.
Here we go, Stars.
Over Columbus.
Now we've met our stars quota for the night. We filled the stars.
Stop doing that.
We met that quota
You
for the
really
night.
gotta stop
We
doing
gave him a shout out. Right, we did the right thing, right, Bosh?
Tobosh is already embedded.
Gave him an honorable mention, and of course we got to pump the Rangers up here in a second. Is the game over with the Rangers? Or are they?
Right now the Rangers are playing extra baseball.
They are, and they're leading 6-4.
Okay. Take that, Billy, Mr. Dodgers guy.
Good Dallas
It doesn't say. It just said Garcia
And
home
now
is
y'all about to
to
get
right.
the smackdown.
Sports.
That's gonna be a great day.
So look at the Rangers doing things.
But what we need to talk about is something that's very near and dear to our heart. The most important thing here in Dallas. Even Mark Cuban said it the other day. Saw you guys talk about on radio is the Dallas Cowboys. Mavericks can't get any shine around here. That's neither here nor there. But I got our guy, Big Game James, here in the studio. Somebody who's gonna call this thing right down the middle. Somebody's gonna give fair, objective, unbiased opinion towards the Cowboys. How long have you been a fan of the Dallas Cowboys? Let's start there. Whole life.
He was born in it.
Yeah, my father, my whole family's Texas. My whole family's Cowboys, but my father, give a quick story. My mother, when she was actually having me, it was 1972, she was actually having me. They were trying to get him to come into the birth room, and he wouldn't because he kept on peeking out watching the game.
You hear that? His father didn't even want to see him born. But he had to watch the game.
I can live with that type of fatherhood. I can live with that type. I can handle that.
Well, I need you to handle this here because I need you to handle this here because Billy, I like to blame you for this. Because you get on social media, you do these videos.
It's a bunch of yous.
Yeah,
on this
you do your videos when you're in jail on Facebook. You like to move over to Instagram. When you're out of jail, you like to move back to Facebook, and you like to do videos. And you got everybody hyped up. Cowboys Nation. You like to say you don't represent them, but you do.
I don't.
You got Cowboys Nation, and you got this jabroni right here to the right of me, all psyched up about a guy named Kyle Pitts. And I tell you, we don't necessarily need to go that route in the draft. But you have seen fit. You seen fit to say, BPA. If he's there, you got to take him. And I just don't understand when we already got BPA last year. Now it's time to take care of.
It's a 1 year. It's a 1
year
thing.
Well, apparently, you stopped doing best player available after 1 year.
Well, we are doing best player available. We're gonna do best player available on the defensive side.
No. That's not how it works.
Overall, you don't do a whole.
I'm sure when they do. Don't worry.
I guess I'm gonna go.
Let him finish.
I'm gonna go to Big Game James real quick. What is the hype with this Kyle Pitts guy? And what? Hey, what is he? What did you guys call him? A generational talent?
I think he's a generational talent.
Yeah, he's not. I don't think he's a generational talent. Not in my opinion.
Okay.
We're all entitled to opinions. We're all entitled to opinions.
We're
like Congress right here.
They're all like, But yeah, I've seen guys like that.
Okay.
For me to say that's generational, no. I've seen people do exactly what he's done. I've seen guys running 4.4, 4.5s, and 6.6. I've seen that.
Okay.
I've seen how he plays. He's a very good player, but that's not a generational player to me.
Okay.
And that's definitely not somebody when they're talking about Atlanta in 4 and Dallas at 10 and Dallas moving up. That would just be dumb.
Well, we all agree with that.
To do something like that. Now, I will say this. If it falls to you when you're talking about that with now understand how I'm saying it though. If it falls to you, then you have to look at that option because this is a player that you just don't see all the time. It's not generational, but you just don't see it all the time. And if you pass on it, that'd just be like if you had CD Lamb last year and CD Lamb's a dog and you say, we got to go get Kayvon Chase.
Yeah, because at that point you're drafting for a quote unquote need.
You're reaching.
As opposed, that's when you get your
get what
Taco
I'm saying?
Charlton type situation.
So look, you're not even paying attention.
Team Slater at 10 is what Dan Lee says.
Well, Dan Lee's my guy. Okay. He loves Slater. Okay. See, I'm not doing. My thing is, if you had, we were talking earlier. If you had Slater and you had Horn, and I don't want a corner at 10, just like I didn't want Diggs. Diggs, I love Diggs, but I didn't want Diggs in the first round.
Okay.
Because I feel like I'm not comparing him to Morris Claiborne, but when them corners go in that first round high, them expectations
Oh, yeah.
get crazy, especially in Dallas. And you seen them corners last year get cooked last year. Remember Jeffrey
year.
Okudah?
Yeah.
He was the can't miss.
Yeah.
He got Bernie
Detroit.
all
Yeah,
of
they were.
But they were putting all that stuff on him.
Right.
But see, Diggs came in the second round. You didn't throw all
Less
that on
pressure,
him.
yeah.
Because you're not backed up. If we get a Horn, who I love, if we get him at 10, everybody's like, Horn's a dog, Horn's a dog. And they're going to expect him to get an interception every single play.
Yeah,
Now,
if he don't get 8 interceptions, he's a bust.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we in the Byron Jones effect.
You get what I mean?
Yeah.
But also the bad thing about this is everybody's wanting this Kyle Pitts. Y'all putting him in the Hall of Fame already.
Yeah.
He
Ain't
played
touched
a
the field.
damn down.
Well, can we hold on? Can I rebut you for 1 second?
This ought to be
All right,
good.
So, my esteemed colleague Billy, and I think Tovar for a little bit. Yeah, we're not saying Kyle Pitts. Oh, let's trade up. First of all, the idea to trade up for him, I think, is a bogus claim.
yeah,
They're not
it's
going to do
not
that, and we wouldn't
should not
accept.
do
Yeah,
that.
we should not do that. Stay at 10 for now, or trade down. Those are your two options, right?
Exactly.
But if Kyle Pitts is there, and I'm not saying he has to be it. Anybody, whoever your best player at 10 is, you take him. That's what we're trying to say.
Yeah.
And if Kyle Pitts like you just said, happened to be there at 10, there is no argument against it. You need to take the best player
You
available
would be
at
foolish
10.
to just overlook that.
And Walt here is saying, and this is why we were arguing with Walt here, is because he said, I want defense no matter what. I want
But
defense
see,
no
here's the
matter
thing
what.
with that, Walt. I'm your boy. But let's be honest. I go back to last year. We wanted defense last year. BPA fell to you. CeeDee Lamb fell to you. What happened in the next 4 picks? You got Diggs, you got Gallimore, you got Bradley and Nye, and you got Reggie Robinson, and it all fell like that.
Mm-hmm.
How good did those other guys do outside of D?
Well, whose fault is that, though?
I'm just asking.
Gallimore played well.
I'm just
Yeah, he
asking.
did.
Gonna be a starter this
definitely
year.
played
I'm
well.
just
Never got more
asking.
play with him.
I'm just asking a
Bradley, I think,
question.
showed us something. I didn't say he
No,
was like
Bradley and not is, but we also got to understand: is Mike Nolan still there?
Yeah. He'll get playing
go.
time this
He
year.
gone.
Yeah.
He's been playing time
Mike
this
Nolan
year.
is gone. So, and what was Mike Nolan even saying during the year? Everybody was like, "Why is Bradley and not playing?" He was like, "He's doing everything he's supposed to. It's just a numbers game."
Yeah.
Who does that?
Yeah, exactly.
How is it a numbers game when Dorrance Armstrong Jr. is not doing absolutely nothing? He still keeps getting tick, and you got a rookie here.
He'll get some playing time in this regime.
Now, I've also on the record said
You're messing up Reggie Robinson, though.
I said I would be okay with this Pitts move if it means that we're going to trade Michael Gallup and get some defensive players back.
No, I ain't scared to trade Gallup.
There you go.
Whoa.
I ain't scared to do that. I've been talking about that.
But why?
Because you're not going to get him back. I don't want to hear about the TV deal is coming and you'll be able to pay these players all that. You don't
You're
be
not about to
paying
pay
no
Michael
second
Gallup.
receiver.
Okay,
He's going to
but we're
command
not-
at least
but
15
why-
to 16
hold on,
million.
but he wants to trade him right now.
Why not? And get
Why
some
not?
assets.
No, we want
Like
to
what
trade him.
though? Like okay, so
No one's
what
gonna
would
give
you
you
get
anything.
right now with the league knowing that Michael
I
Gallup
get
is
what you're
up?
saying.
You know what I'm saying?
We
We're
get
like,
some
what
picks.
would you
They're
get?
going to sit there and wait until they can.
Yeah,
A
wouldn't
lot
you?
of them are doing it.
Doesn't what's the name want to give us Stephon Gilmore?
New England?
Yeah.
And I know I'm not trading
Yeah,
stuff
I'm
on.
not trading
for
Michael
Gilmore.
Gallup for Gilmore.
For what? Like he
I
said,
need
you ain't
draft
signing him
picks.
back anyway.
No. You're not. Why get
So I'm
Gilmore?
going to sign
And
him.
you're gonna
If
get
it was
draft
a
picks
good-
back.
if
And
it
we're gonna
was
get
a
draft
good
picks
deal,
back.
though.
Yeah.
I don't. They want that.
And we're
They
gonna
want
get draft
that
picks
straight.
back,
They
too.
want that straight up. They're not
the
No,
gonna
we don't
straight-
get straight.
hold on,
We need draft
If
picks.
you got a second round pick for the Gallup this year, would you do it?
Gallup for Stephon for the corner?
No. If you got a second rounder right
Just
now for
straight up.
Gallup, straight up, they gave you a second round. For Gallup.
No.
I need a third.
I need something else.
I need 2 thirds.
I need a player,
and a second?
I need a player on the field and a second.
Okay, give me
For-
Stephon
for-
Gilmore
for
in the
this
second.
guy.
In the second from the Patriots.
And by the way,
Nobody's going to
There
give
you
you.
go.
Nobody's going to do that for Gallup.
Nobody's gonna
That's
do
the
that
whole
right
point.
now.
Okay,
But
give me a
that's
third.
the whole point, and you're not paying. You're not going to pay Gallup. Gallup's going to leave.
So you're saying you move
you know
Gallup
what I
because
do?
you're not going to keep him
before
anyway?
you
I got
gotta-
Amari.
You got to. Why?
Listen, Amari's going to leave in 2 years anyway. He is.
Okay,
He's
well, you
gonna-
already know CD's coming in. You keep drafting a receiver every year.
I'm just saying.
have an opportunity.
Amari's
But
like solid.
you gonna re-sign
And you know
Gallup.
what you're getting from Amari.
Hold on.
You know what you're getting
I
from
thought you don't
Amari.
like
Gallup is not a number one.
I'm not.
Yeah.
I don't. But
Gallup
you know
is
you're
not a
getting
number one.
He's not.
Gallup can be.
Gallup cannot be a number one.
Because
Gallup
CD
is not a number
hold on,
one.
time out.
Wait a minute.
Why are
He
we-
will not be a
hold on,
number
time
one
out.
nowhere.
CD's going to be your number one anyway.
Okay, CD.
Right.
So CD's your number one. Why do you have to touch Gallup? Gallup's your solid number two. Whatever you need to do, leave him there. You put Amari.
You're gonna
out.
pay $16 million to Gallup as a number two.
Yeah, you didn't want to
No,
pay
we
Dak
don't pay
Prescott
now.
40.
You're going to
But
pay
you don't
him,
have to pay.
but you're going to have
But I
to.
don't want to trade anything. I don't want to go trade anything for
But
Gallup.
what I'm
that
saying
makes-
is he wants money. You gonna pay him that money?
Eventually, we have to.
You don't have to pay him. Why are you paying him that money?
No. I'm saying eventually you're going to deal with that later. Right now,
you get ready to deal with his contracts up after this year.
Well, you can make the argument if you're going to be honest about it. You can make the argument that Michael Gallup at certain points of the season was playing better than Amari Cooper. I mean, let's just call it for what it is. Let's call it.
I'm not calling it that because every time he's had an opportunity to be the man, he's not.
Wait, what do you mean?
When every time we can go back to that Jets game and we can go back to them drops again this year.
Okay,
he had a whole bunch of drops again.
He does, but Amari
Did
Cooper
you watch
not
that
on the
Arizona
field.
game when they were trying to come back and we could have stayed in the game? He dropped that easy touchdown.
He did.
But
Amari got more than one.
But you know what? You can't.
He's a better route runner than Amari
like
too,
every
right?
other.
Yeah, no, he's not that.
But he's got better hands than Amari too, right?
Well, but hands or route running doesn't matter if you're on the
Yes,
sideline.
it does.
Not when you're on the sideline. When it's the fourth quarter and I need you, you're on the sideline. How's that helping me?
Hold on. Did Amari have a career year this year?
No, what I'm saying is the narrative. The narrative on Amari Cooper is that when we need him,
that was that
game. Just the narrative.
That was just that game. That Philly game.
No, it's not just that. No, it's more than that.
Yeah, the foot injury that was real.
No, I understood that. I understood that. I do understand that.
Why don't you chime in because you were like you had the cut Amari flags on your car.
That was when the contract was. That was when the contract was.
T-shirt on, get him out of here.
Oh, okay, that was when he checked himself out of the Eagles game with the foot.
Go ahead.
I honored that because I understood he was injured, man. So
he was mad they didn't throw him the football.
No, he killed.
Yeah. They were mad he didn't throw him the football, so he was just like, I'm done with this.
So go ahead and
I told him at that point in time, you gonna quit on me. I don't want you. I didn't want Amari Cooper.
That's frustrating.
I didn't want Amari Cooper to get that contract because I was like, he quit on you. He'll show you he'll quit on you.
I'm just saying.
But at the same time, now that he's here and you got him for as long as you got him.
I'm not saying that Amari Cooper's a bad receiver. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm just saying that the narrative, be it fair or unfair, the narrative on Amari Cooper is that when we need him, he's not available. Again, whether it's fair or unfair, that's what the narrative is around here. Okay,
and Gallup is.
Well, no, Michael Gallup is on the field. Michael Gallup doesn't get the same opportunities.
You feel like
you
can really make Michael Gallup your number one.
No. I think CD Lamb is your clear number one.
Right.
But I think Michael Gallup could be like if you want to call it a 1B or
I think you can do that. Michael Gallup's going to go out and get this massive contract. The way
he's going to ask for it.
He's going to ask for that money.
And he's going to get that in the rest cost of the league.
He's going to get at least 15. These other receivers getting this money. He's going to get
know that. Okay, I'm going to tell you right now. I bet you anything. Jerry can come in there moving and
here you go with this Jerry thing. Here you go.
Hold on, did we not convince
Jalen?
Hold on, did we not convince
Jalen's a dumbass, bro. Like we know this, EA. Don't put Jaylon and Michael Gallup in the same time. Tyler Lockett just got paid, bro.
I got it.
Gallup is going to get
Gallup.
Okay, broke off.
He's going to get bread,
and we ain't paying him.
And he knows he ain't going to get paid in dollars. You think Stephen Jones gonna pay him?
Hell, they didn't
keep saying Jerry.
Well, they like to pay their guys.
They didn't want to pay that.
They
barely paid that.
Let me ask you guys this.
We knew the deal was going to happen.
What would your solution be for the wide receiver problem? Okay, so you wouldn't take Pitts.
But you look at those cap hits. You look at how they structure those contracts, and every year you're on the team, them caps hit lowers.
Yeah, right.
So when that cap hit is super low where you can eat it, then that's when you get rid of them.
No, my question is this: What would you do right now?
Right now, you got Amari, you got CD, and you got Michael Gallup. I would still be looking around for things for Gallup.
If you're going to draft Pitts,
because I know Gallup is up. He's getting ready to be up, so I'm just going to be looking. I ain't saying I'm going to shop, but I'm going to be listening. I'm not going to turn down offers for him or anything.
If Pitsy is on,
first off, the level of disrespect you're showing him by calling him Pitsy, that's not his name.
I'm saying whatever his name is, Cal Pitts.
Take the Y.
Mr. Pitts comes to Dallas.
If you drafted him, then it's okay to get rid of Michael Gallup. Is my point. It's okay.
Well, okay. So let me say this.
Yeah, it is okay.
I think.
Either way,
you can still draft another receiver too, because every year you got to draft a receiver.
Yeah, I agree with that. Right. I was going to say my whole thing is with Kyle Pitts. Me personally, I don't believe in EA. I think you agree the same thing. We don't think he's going to be there at 10. Nobody's advocating for the Cowboys to trade from 10 up to 4. That is very stupid. It does not make any sense to do that. All we're saying is, and it's not even just him. It's just when it comes to the draft, free agency is where you build or not build your team, where you fill a lot of holes. Or
they don't do that.
Right.
You have a shirt.
See, that's the part. But see, before you finish that,
you have a shirt on that says
before
why.
You finish that, that's the problem. I told you, like I said, that's why they ain't gonna win a Super Bowl no more because conservative don't win.
Right, but I'm just speaking just in terms of philosophy. That's the way you're supposed to do it. Build a filled your holes in free agency, and then when the draft comes, you take the best possible player available, be it defense, offense. I don't care if he's a punter. I know that sounds ridiculous, but if he's the best player on the board, you take that guy. That's why you take the time to have your scouts. Yeah, maybe so, but that's why you have your scouts put together a big board, and you follow that, and you stay true to your board. And
they didn't know when they had Marinelli there, though.
Yeah, no, they didn't. But that's my whole thing. So whether it's Kyle Pitts or whatever, I do want to get on the cornerback situation. I know you had mentioned earlier, you said you think Patrick Surtain, who I think is the most fluid and most ready to play corner, the plug and play. But in terms of the Cowboys and what I think this team needs, I'd love to have Patrick Surtain. But if I got J.C. Horn, I'm not mad about it. And the reason why is because J.C. Horn brings you dog. I keep telling you, skill is great and all that stuff, but defense is a mentality. You have to get as many guys on that football field who hate to have passes called on them, hate to miss tackles, hate to see another team get in the end zone. The Cowboys, how many times we see
Anthony
people
Brown
score?
is still on the team. That should tell you everything.
Yeah, how many times we see people score in our end zone? How disrespectful when these guys run to the and they throw the football at the star on that little back wall back there. They rip down signs and stuff. It's just disrespectful. You got to have guys who hate to see that happen. It's like the Cowboys just hang their head and just walk off the field. You need dogs. J.C. Horn, I think, is he brings more of that dog mentality than Surtain. Now, I don't know that to be true because I haven't seen Surtain on the NFL level. Neither have I seen Horn, but just based on what I've seen, the attitude, the mentality is different. I want that mentality on my defense.
I don't think you can go wrong with either one. I think Surtain
I don't think you
I think Surtain has that dog, but I just feel like certain players express it differently. I think Horn is just more because if you remember his dad was just like how his son plays has his attitude on the defense, how his dad was on offense. And I think Surtain is just more cerebral because I think he's a big-time studier. And when you really watch him, the only plays that you can really get on him are those slant patterns. He doesn't really go for double moves. He's a very smart player, and he's got good size.
Getting education right now, Billy.
But I don't know. Like you said, I want an animal. I'm tired of Dallas just, I don't know. I just feel like we soft. Especially that defense.
It's not just a
Phil,
feeling.
what do you think? You're smiling big right now. So.
Surtain basically is just a cheaper version of Byron.
I get that.
Can he catch interceptions? Because we know
who gives a fuck about interceptions?
That's what I'm saying.
I give a fuck about interceptions.
Let me address.
I give a fuck about interceptions.
Okay,
we don't get them, and when Dallas did get them, didn't they win games?
You were still losing.
They won 3 games. We got 10 turnovers.
And I was still 19 or 16 when they did some shit with all that. Okay, so our end game, we all got the same end game, but we still disagree about certain shit. Cowboys Nation is like Yankee Nation, do basketball, all this stuff, right? So we agree about one common goal, but we disagree about everything else. So we all shut the fuck up, right? And then let players come here and then let those guys go. Okay, so the intensity is real well. Keep going at the front office because it's going to be the same shit year in, year out. We're going at you, Steven. We're coming at you, Jerry. Go get players. Go
Remember
get this.
Jerry watches this show.
Make this happen. Make this
Good,
happen.
I love it.
Please just make it fucking happen because we're actually tired of it. So Byron was here. He didn't get interceptions. Now he's helping hold down another defense in Miami that's pretty damn good. All right.
Now hold up.
You're gonna mention the other cornerback, right?
No, I'm not gonna mention that.
Okay.
I'm gonna say I'm not saying interceptions are the end of all.
Right.
But
Right.
dog, you gotta have them, especially if you that corner that. Now I understand what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
You can lock down that one side, but you still got to be able to get that ball too.
Okay, so
And he was never that guy when he came out of college.
right, but they went and got him because he was athletic, right?
Right. That's their fault though.
And he was really good at what he did, safety or corner, right? So when they moved his ass
Wasn't
from
he their
safety,
first round pick that year?
when they moved him from safety to corner, that was a Richard move, right?
Right.
He became this unbelievable lockdown corner that was really unsung because he didn't get interceptions.
Right.
In fact, my goal as a corner is to stop you as a receiver.
Right.
I don't need you. The actual primary goal for a cornerback, if you guys scoring at home don't know, is for me the corner is not to let you, the receiver, catch the football.
Point blank. Period.
That's it.
Period.
Is this the safety ball? Safety?
Now, fuck the safety. I ain't talking about the safety right now.
What I'm saying is,
talking
is
about
it their
me
fault?
as
Is it
Byron
their
Jones.
job to get the interception?
Me as Byron Jones versus you as the receiver.
Right.
I don't want you catching the ball.
Period.
That's my
Why do we like
primary
Trevin
goal.
Diggs?
Why did we get him?
Why do we like Trevin Diggs?
He's a player. He's a
Say
player
it.
that gets his hands on
Say
the
it
ball,
loud.
man.
Actually,
Say it loud.
no, you're better off.
He gets interceptions.
You're better off
But he
making
can
an
do both
argument.
of those.
You're better off making an argument with Jordan.
I'm
Because
just saying,
Jordan
but he can
graduated
do.
from Ball Hawk University.
But I'm just saying, he that's what he did though.
right.
Diggs, what you liked about Diggs was because he was opportunistic and he actually played the ball, and we don't have Cowboys players do that.
so-
Byron Jones didn't do that.
Okay, so I would rather. Okay, and I'll say this, and I want you guys to hit me up at Somebody on Twitter.
Gotta get over there and follow that account.
I would rather have. And I'm gonna say this again.
It's really great.
I'd rather have Jones than Diggs, because Diggs, first of all, he got hurt. Yeah, that was first.
That wasn't his fault that he got hurt.
He
that
still
was,
got hurt.
That was Jaylon Smith
And
running
he wasn't-
crazy, doing all that crazy stuff. That's
but
Jaylon
he
Smith
wasn't
crazy.
on the field to play football.
But he got right back on the field. He didn't.
That's fine.
Did he mail it in?
He
No,
did.
he got back on the field.
And played.
You know what else he
Played
did?
well.
He got an interception.
Hey,
And you know what else happened?
What?
Cowboys still fucking lost games.
Okay, I'm gonna.
Well, that's because the quarterback was out there.
Hey, that's one player on the defense, though. That's one person on the defense, though, dog.
You can go.
Can I throw a wet blanket on all
And
this
then everybody
cornerback?
else can go.
And which we still do need corners, but you do realize that the main thing is our defensive line needs to get better.
What
You
about our
want every
offensive
guy-
line?
Yeah,
You
we
gotta
understand
get-
that, but I don't care.
But
If you have an
this whole
opportunistic-
talk about. Interceptions will come. Honestly, they will.
They
When you
will.
get pressure.
Yeah, I think
when you get
turnovers
pressure on the
come.
quarterback,
Bomb.
that's it. Football's very simple. Okay, get pressure on the quarterback. You alter shit. Okay, and they're more likely to. get
But
interceptions.
Dallas ain't doing that, so that's why you got to look at the other things because Dallas
you're
ain't
not-
doing that.
because right- I'm telling you
we
now.
got Brent Urban, Carlos Watkins, and Terrell Basham. That should tell you right there. Them is just regular role players, and they're. No, this is what Steven is saying.
In a perfect
Our
fit.
core,
In a
our
perfect
core
fit.
with these role players in the
perfect
draft
fit.
are going to take us there. But your core players ain't that great. You only got DeMarcus Lawrence right now, for real.
And they say he doesn't play
On
good football.
defense.
You don't like Randy Gregory anymore?
I like Randy Gregory, but have you seen him 16 games yet?
No, we haven't
Okay,
seen
so
that.
he's
my same argument about Diggs.
But Diggs only been in.
How long
I
has
need
Randy
these-
Gregory been in the league?
I need these dudes on the
He
field.
liked Potlow too
That's what
much.
I'm
But
saying.
that ain't the point though. You just now getting ready and you're hoping that
No,
you're
of
going to
course.
see
No,
something.
I'm
but
with
you
you.
still
Byron
ain't
Jones
seen
play
it.
all games though?
I think he did.
Yeah, he
I believe
played. He
so.
played every
He
game.
was there.
He played every game. So he brought up a good point. The line. What if you had an opportunity to draft a lineman at number 10? Should we take it? Seeing how we want to keep the
Offense.
There's
get the ball
nobody
straight.
really out there that's
Offensive lineman.
offensive line.
There's nobody on the defensive line. You said offensive.
Offensive.
I mean the Sewell kid.
Okay.
But he's not going to drop. Somebody's going to take him.
Slater-
I think Slater is the teeter guy. But like I said, if a Horn is available and Slater there, I'm gonna keep it real. I've seen Slaters, in my opinion, and I think this draft is good enough in an offensive tackle that you can get a tackle later and still get that defensive guy.
Let me ask you a question right there, man. It all sounds good. We have these offensive linemen, these offensive tackles, as you mentioned, specifically that'll be there and they'll be available. Do you trust the scouting department? Do you trust the Cowboys GM, their personnel, the guys making decisions to
I
go
don't trust none of them
and
doing
get?
that.
So,
But I will
Shots
say
fired at Will
Joe
McClay.
Philbin, who came over last year,
Okay.
I do like him
Okay.
because we never saw Dallas ever shuffle that line ever like he did.
right, but
We ain't never seen him, Zach Martin, move over to
Thank you,
tackle.
Mike.
right, but unfortunately, Joe Philbin isn't going to be the one that's making those decisions in terms of who we're drafting. He might have a
I
little
know that,
influence,
but
but
I'm just saying because you just got to play what you got. They got the Ty kid, and I think he helped up. I mean, we were all frustrated with Steele, but I think Steele did get better toward the end.
I'll
Brandon
say
Knight
this.
was pretty decent too.
I say this. I trust the scouts. I don't trust the coaching staff being allowed to come in and make their moves because I think that's been the biggest problem that a lot of them come in. I like Will McClay. I think Will McClay is a pretty good run in the draft and doing all those things. Again, it's
Well, he didn't run last year's draft. Yeah, we know who did last year's draft. Jerry.
Jerry did.
Yeah, that's why we.
Because we
Like,
like
got CD Lamb,
That's why we got CD Lamb.
future Hall of Famer.
Yeah, my point is that I trust the scouting department. I don't
HOF,
trust the
get 'em in there.
synergy that's in the star because you have the coaches, you have the Joneses, you got the scouts, and they're all kind of trying to.
I just feel like
there's no organizational structure there that really sets them to make a really uniform decision. So when you do try to stick to your board, you have a weird, messed up board because everybody has their own opinion on it, and everyone has a crazy little board. And eventually, Jerry's going to make crazy decisions in it when you leave him alone.
You know what?
to it.
You know what he does?
we on that yacht, boy.
It's like going to Walmart when you're hungry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It exactly is.
Don't sleep on no wings. Don't sleep on the
you have
ranch
a
wings
list?
up in Walmart though.
You have a list when you walk in Walmart,
And then you see that, and you're
and all
like,
of a sudden you
I'm
see some
buying
Oreos, and you grab the Oreos. And you see the Doritos, and you grab the Doritos. You see ice cream, and you got the cookies
I
and
thought you
cream.
were taking a shot at the deli,
Yeah.
the deli over there.
Oh, but I still have.
Oh, you like
the
that
list,
service
though.
deli over there?
Oh
Like
man,
what
the
they got
wings
going
on
on?
point.
So what happens is,
You should be ashamed
I have
of
this
yourself for what
list.
you're talking about.
I have a list of 13 things, but all of a sudden I look at my basket and I got 26 things.
Yep.
That's what the front office does. So they see a lot of outside the box situations. And they go, take it. I want that too. And then they grab those first. They grab those first without addressing quote unquote need. But at the same time, those Oreos can take me a long ass way because I have a road trip in the morning. So I may need those Oreos for tomorrow versus that toilet tissue for the next 6 weeks.
Big game, James. What's your
I think
thoughts
that was
on Mike
pretty good.
McCarthy?
I like
You like that?
I
I
did.
like you did an excellent job.
Well, this didn't
I see why they follow that Twitter account over there. Get over there and follow it. Very knowledgeable. What's your thoughts on Mike McCarthy?
I mean, I'm not gonna say I was one of the first people, but when it was an opportunity for the Cowboys to get him, I was one of the people that was on McCarthy and was really
That's a first.
was really wanting him to come here because I felt like, you know what, you had Rodgers, you had this, but hold up. Then I went back and started going to the Green Bay media and reading a lot of things. I just wanted to read. And then I just saw that whenever Rodgers got hurt and those guys that you drafted, you never won. Like, you would not win when you didn't have Rodgers. Like, Rodgers, if you didn't have Rodgers, you weren't winning games. So that was a concern to me. And, that little bit bothered me. And a lot of those things were happening. But, like, right now, I want to give him another chance because I'm not hating on him because there was games I feel like Dallas could have lost and they won. And I feel like it's better than Garrett.
Do you feel like he did a lot of?
Oh,
Do you feel like he did a lot of gambling
He told
this
us.
season?
Well,
Yeah.
He did a lot of gambling.
That didn't bother
button.
me. That gambling
That's the
stuff
button.
didn't bother me. Like, and with Bones Fossil, that didn't bother me. Like, what's wrong with doing that? Like, Cowboys fans kill me. They want.
They are idiots.
Cowboys fans, when everybody go nutty, why ain't we go for that? He's so conservative. Then when they finally do it,
it was the wrong decision. Yeah.
Why do you want to do that? When you don't want to know?
That's some of those
No, be that. If you want that guy, let him be that. Let him do that. Let it hang.
I think you made a really good points on the Mike McCarthy issue because I think McCarthy deserves another shot. First of all, I really just the whole 2020 season to me is
Yeah,
kind
I
of
don't even ever know.
it's a throwaway with COVID and everything. I'm on a lot of sports. I just kind of threw it out the window. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. So with Mike McCarthy, let him see what happens this year. You have your fully healthy Dak, hopefully. He's returned from injury. We got good news from his pops. Says that he's back on track, so we'll be good with there. So let's see what Mike McCarthy
This
does.
is a make or break year for him.
Exactly. In 2020 for
No,
Mike
for
McCarthy.
Mike McCarthy.
Oh, McCarthy.
Let's see.
Yes, because first of all, you should come in when Jerry had that meeting like we sitting like this. He said, "I want somebody already been in the foxhole." That's why he didn't take one of them young coaches. So he wanted somebody who already had experience because he said, I'm too old for this shit.
Right.
You better come in here and win something now because you didn't did it. Now, if you come in here year 2 and you ain't winning again, why are you still here?
Right.
Well, okay, so but let me ask you this. So,
Well, you
What's
still
a
here
quick
for?
turnaround
So
for
what-
a coach?
No,
now?
it's
You gotta
not.
at least give a
No, it's
3 or
not.
4 years.
Well, you don't.
No, that's too long. That's the extent
They
of
fired
your
these coaches
deal.
after 1 year.
Yeah. So let
Look
me.
at the Browns. They fired Freddie Kitchen, got the other boy. What happened?
They just start winning.
Well, the Browns have been a dumpster fire.
I
ever
know
since,
that,
though.
but I'm just saying the
Yeah,
point.
he came in.
They
But-
could have kept on saying, "Oh, it was 1 year. Let's give him another chance."
But
No,
let-
you
let-
suck. Bye.
Let me ask you a question. You just said that
a quick-
this is a make or break year for him. He needs to come in. He needs to win. What is your definition of winning? Because a lot of people, Cowboys fans, think winning is ultimately we have to get to the Super Bowl, which
No.
of course is where we need to go.
I mean,
what's
I
acceptable
told you
to
about
call
the
it
thing.
successful?
Division.
No, you definitely got to win a division, but you got to be Dallas don't even make the playoffs.
So
They missed the playoffs 3 of the last 4 years.
right. So anything would it be safe to say anything with this team as constructed and whatever?
You got to make the playoffs this year, definitely, and
Make
you
the
got to
playoffs
at
and then
least
win.
win one playoff game
Okay.
coming over here as the new coach.
Okay.
You got to get to the playoffs. You got to win the division. You got to at least win one.
Okay.
This year.
Tovash, what are your
This year, that's too much.
I don't
it's
think
not.
so.
No, it's not.
I-
You got this whole team. Y'all about Dak is signed.
You
Ain't
just
no
said
excuses now.
You gave him all the money.
Dak got his
and he
money.
better perform.
Whoa,
He better
Dak got his
perform.
money. Your offense that's what they living off of is this offense.
Time out, sir. Are you trying to say that you don't feel it because I was sitting here with you when we were during the Dak negotiations, and you were like, "We got to sign Dak. Dak's the key. And all of a sudden now you don't have faith in Dak.
What the hell are you talking about?
No, because you're just saying that's too. We're expecting
I'm
too
talking
much.
about for Mike McCarthy.
Right, but
but you don't think
he's not.
No,
gonna
I'm
play
saying
football.
like it's too much put on him that he's got to win a playoff game and get to the playoffs and win a playoff game.
Well, he's got talent on
I'm
that
saying
team.
he got to get to the
that's
playoff
a
game.
He's a veteran coach.
And now I'm looking as he's saying, he's like, well, on the offensive side they do got everything.
They got everything they need.
But on the defensive side they don't.
A playoff appearance is a minimum.
They want to say offense can win games, and they don't need a defense. Just make sure it's been because you listen to them. They want to go back to 2018. We want to go back to 2018. That's why they went and got Dan Quinn, and they got this. They're doing. Me and my homeboy, Boss Cowboy. Shout out to you, dog. We call it the
Shout out to Boss Cowboy.
Marinelli apologists. They want to apologize for Marinelli. We sorry. We like how you did your defense in 2018. We sorry. We went over and we did some other stuff. Because all you heard them, 2018, we want to get LVE. We want to get Jaylon Smith back to 2018. Man, them dudes is done.
You think so?
Yes, LVE, he been hurt since high school.
Okay, but if those guys are done, then how can I put that on McCarthy though?
I'm saying you better coach him up.
Because McCarthy didn't draft him.
Well, this is your draft now. You got Bradley and Nye. You got Bradley and Nye last year. You can get some players this year. You could have got some players.
Those guys aren't going to come in and win you right off the jump.
Why not?
Let's be realistic.
No, nobody comes in and wins you.
You do know.
I've seen the playing times.
More realistically,
first. What are you talking about?
Like that.
Yes, you have.
Like rookies and
Yes,
stuff?
you have.
Yeah, like having a whole defensive core that's pretty much rookie. No, they're not going to
They're not rookies on that defense.
I'm saying if you're going to draft, if you're saying draft them like that, they are going to be rookies.
But what I'm saying is you look at this team the way it's constructed. First of all, the NFC ain't even tough.
It's not.
Whoa.
It's not tough like
Shots
that.
fired at the Buccaneers.
Man, NFC ain't tough like that.
No, it's only like 2 or 3 teams.
Buccaneers was getting beat up too. You know what I'm saying?
You don't like the Cardinals coming up?
There's one team in your division that's tough.
Who,
by the way, is
football
building
team?
themselves.
The football. I was
You
about
still
to say.
talking about
Washington?
these damn Washington. I ain't giving a hell about no Washington.
Yeah,
That front line is nasty.
Time out.
That front line is nasty.
Okay, so
Y'all
that front
they
line.
glossed over because it's not fancy.
No, I didn't do that.
They ain't got a quarterback or a coach, so let's
No, I know. I like Rivera.
And they were just in
I
the
like
playoffs,
Rivera.
Just letting you know.
Yeah, they
The same
was.
playoffs
That's
you want your coach to be in.
Yeah, they were just in the playoffs
I'm about
because
to say,
our
let's
whole
not
division was
down
trash.
like we were, too, at
Our whole
the same
division
time.
was trash. That's why you made the playoffs.
And
It wasn't because you were a good team.
I'm going to say this.
Let Mr. Zai go.
They only won 6
Mike
games.
McCarthy has this season, but I also think he has next season. I personally only going to give him this season, but he does have next season because I know how Jerry is.
Why?
Regardless.
Why would he have?
Because
I
Jerry,
get you.
no, I'm saying,
He
But
got
why
every
he
5
shouldn't?
years.
I'm just
I
saying,
know.
Jerry gave Garrett
He
to the
give
end
you
of
a
the,
3-year
at
limit
the
if
end
you
of the
knew.
earth. Okay, Jerry, okay, as long as he gave Garrett.
going on out
So he's gonna give McCarthy some time. What I want to see is this: I want to see a playoff appearance, at least a division title. If you feel like you can go win this division, I
You
think,
should win this division.
So NFC East is a minimum. I think that what secures Mike McCarthy going forward, and we're going to talk about that if they get the NFC Championship game. That's the one thing that they're looking for because we haven't got past that divisional round since 1996. So that's the biggest thing they need to do.
And one last thing about the Washington team, they lost both them games, and Washington wasn't impressive in them games. Dallas lost.
Dallas really
Dallas
looked like
more
trash.
lost the games than Washington.
And they
Washington
had,
and they had the great front line.
what's the
And
name
they
of the
still wasn't doing
quarterback?
nothing.
We had,
Red Rocket? Red Rifle? I'm sorry,
No.
Red Rifle?
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
we
he
had
was there
him in
the
the first
first
game.
one.
That's when he got the hell knocked out of him.
Then we got the
Who's in the second one?
Dalton? Dalton was in there for the second one?
That's what I said. Red Rifle.
This past
Yeah,
season
but I'm
has
saying he
been a
played
blur.
both games
Right.
against
There was a blur to me.
And
this
it
whole
wasn't
season.
like Washington was like dominated us. It was more Dallas was just playing trash. At that time.
Yeah, the division was trash last year. Let's just call it for what it is. The Cowboys, let's just be all the way honest. They were injured to all be damned, okay? So that wasn't the best version of them. I think you run the Cowboys' best guys out there against the Redskins' best guys. We're clearly the better team. Oh, I'm sorry, the football team.
Be respectful.
Yeah, the
I just
football
feel
team.
like
Sorry.
COVID
I'll
kind
never
of gives
put that
him
down.
COVID kind of gives him a pass on
Why
Just
does
the
he
for
get a
last year.
pass to other rookie coaches that won?
Yeah, that's true.
I'm just saying
that you can't do that because
Can't
there
use
are
the
other-
COVID
there are
issue.
other-
for me, COVID, he get a pass for me because of COVID year.
Old
He
ass
just
Tom
doesn't-
Brady
not
won
as
a
a
Super
vet.
Bowl during a COVID year.
A rookie
LeBron
coach
got
had
him a championship too. We didn't.
How does he get a
So
pass when a
LeBron
rookie
and
coach
Tom
went to
Brady got
a perennial terrible team? A perennial terrible team.
Wait, who's rookie coach you talking about?
The Browns who came in there and whooped our ass.
Okay.
They got
How
your
come
guy.
he ain't get no excuse?
It
He
had
went to
nothing
the
to do with
playoffs.
coaching.
But that didn't have anything to do with
They
coaching.
came in
though.
involved.
Yeah, they had talent.
Well, hold
Ain't
up.
that the same
Y'all
game
just
that
said
Dak
y'all
got
just
hurt?
No.
No.
He got hurt in the Giants game.
he got hurt in the Giants game. He played that whole damn game.
Okay.
Yeah. No, that's the game where Odell Beckham did the run around and they
Yeah.
came back
But
around.
that's
and
what
did
I'm
them over.
saying though. That's a rookie coach. You're going against a veteran coach, and he whooped your ass. He goes to playoffs, and you say he got COVID excuse.
I don't know if he whooped our ass. I mean, they beat us.
They
beat us on
they had a third string running back almost ran for 100 yards on us.
They almost
whooped our
ran
ass.
for 300 yards.
They
on
ran
the
for
ball.
almost
Well,
300 yards.
that game.
Yeah,
Okay,
you
talking
well,
about
then we
against
got
the
our
Browns?
ass whooped.
Right, yeah.
The funny thing
They
is,
dropped almost 50.
They started a hot L on us.
The Browns.
They started.
I hope I just want to say this. I hope people watching at home know that hopefully they don't think that this defense is going to get fixed through this draft, because we're about 2 to 3 seasons away from
If
this
you go
defense
BPA.
fully. No, even regardless, because again, I'm telling you right now.
Well, let me ask y'all sold on y'all like Quinn?
Former head coach with a
He's
defensive
getting his
mind.
guys over here.
He's
And
had
bringing
his
all the
moments.
Falcons over there. Sure.
Yeah, he's had his moments, man. I like him way more than I like
He
Mike
lost-
Nolan, but I mean,
he lost-
hey,
The reason why I give him a better chance, because maybe I don't think he'll ever be a head coach again, in my opinion. But I think maybe some people should just be defensive coaches in
Phillips.
one thing.
Wade Phillips.
Yeah, definitely. Should be one thing. Maybe that's what he'll do. But I think he get a lot of credit for that Legion Boom, but it was some other people over there created that
Thank
shit.
you. There was a defensive coordinator before him that actually created the Legion of Boom.
I think with
kinda lived
Dan
off
Quinn,
of it.
I'm
the
just
thing
saying,
with Dan
it's the truth.
Quinn,
It's the truth.
he's going to run that 4-3, man. That's going to let guys like DeMarcus Lawrence and Randy Gregory and those guys play their natural position, put their hand in the dirt, and go get guys. That's
It's
what
just
they're
going to be
do.
basic.
Yeah, and I think sometimes that helps guys, man. I mean, I heard those guys all last year talking about it was too complex or whatever. Make what
How
you
about
will of
study?
that. Yeah, I mean, make what you will of that. I don't necessarily
You know they
buy
tracked
that part.
them when they were reading their, they track them.
Yeah,
Yeah, the
I mean,
iPad,
you
yeah.
know. So I mean, that is what it is. But I just think, sometimes when it's basic,
okay.
man, you just run and you play.
Okay, so
That's
here
all.
to
That's
that
what
to
Jaylon
that
Smith
point
needs.
to that point, they didn't study because they didn't buy into it.
That ain't.
They felt it was a load of crap. Like,
Okay, I get that, but
also
you're
they
a
went
professional
from
though, right?
they
Yeah,
went
you are
from
a professional.
they went from a defense that was successful, and they were like, damn, this one here struggling, and we like, damn, it ain't working. We telling him it ain't working. Why would I want to read this? Why would I'm telling him this ain't how I play, and he telling me, oh yeah, you can figure it out. Just do it this way. And he's like, nah, man, that ain't how I rock. This is how I rock.
It's a classic thing where the coaches and the players they have butting heads. One thinks they're right because I've been coaching forever, and these players like, well, this is not my natural instinct. I don't care. So you don't really know who's going to be right. All we know is the end result was they suck.
But do you want your linebacker coming out week 1 saying this is hard?
No. Even if you feel that way, that's nothing you put out to the
Well,
media,
you know what's
man.
funny?
Is
This
that
is
is
hard.
that the anonymous source that Slater was talking about? Or is that another
I guess.
situation? Okay.
Shout out to Jay Slater.
All I know is this: if
a lot
Jaylon
of
Smith
pub
is
tonight
still
on the show,
doing
she
the
is.
swipe after
her.
15
Oh
yards
my
doing
God.
nothing,
Let it
I just
go.
feel like
Let
they
it
need
go.
to just start over at linebacker.
Let it go.
Get
Just
Baron
start all the way
Brown and
over.
get somebody. Get some of these
I
guys.
told them, Jaylon, he's not going anywhere. Okay.
I know because he's
why?
Jerry's man.
And not yet that he gives Jerry, rather he getting toast, burned, cooked in a play. At some point, you're gonna always hear his name at the end of the play, and Jerry likes that. Jerry likes that. He gives Jerry 1,000% on the field.
When
Jerry
you say
likes
watch
that.
the film, huh?
Yeah, when he say watch the film,
the film.
he say he say watch the film. I mean, I'm always in the play.
Yeah.
I mean, I might have got cooked, but I'm always in the play.
Watch the film.
He's always involved.
he comes in right 10 seconds after the play, goes, ha ha, let's go.
That's why they see here in Dallas. That's why they like because he did the swipe thing, and I'm like, bro. I mean, let that go.
But he pushed it. But I mean, Jerry allowed him to push that brand.
Right.
So,
Exactly.
tell us, you look like yes or no in your head, in your mind.
I'm just replaying the season in my head.
You were there.
I'm looking at it. I'm seeing Dak get injured.
Do you feel what I feel about McCarthy though?
I'm seeing. Well, yeah.
Well, he hates McCarthy.
I see. No. That's not even it. Because
Do you think he should? You think he should get more than 1 year?
I
think this should be the
don't-
blast
I
year.
don't even care.
He
You know what I'm saying?
you wanted Garrett
Because Jason Garrett could get it done, right? So that should be a telltale sign that the next guy ain't gonna get it done. Because
Jason Garrett.
these same dudes are going at it a different route. Like it's so messed up down here that we can't.
Is it privilege?
We're the dog chasing our own tail.
Is it privilege?
We're the sports dog chasing our own tail. Privilege or not. Front office or players. I mean, it's the never-ending Twilight Zone story of this team not getting out of his own way. And I mean,
I think it's privilege.
it's a lot of me just going, hey man, look, The moment y'all get it right, I'm maybe 50. I'm maybe 55. But
till next year,
it's gonna suck. It's gonna suck seeing, time after time, like, hey man, you got the same type of talent that this other team got, but why did they successful but you're not? And it's minuscule types. It's so simple, but it's so complicated. It's like the fucking human body that's want to get out his own way, and it's frustrating as hell to me.
Let's take a break real quick when we come back. Let's go above the rim real quick before we get out of here. I got to talk to Tovash about